Hi there, in today's video is the part 2 of a series of videos where I'm gonna show you my first event on IVAO world. So this virtual world of air traffic controllers and virtual pilots that meet up together, and when they do this event, the air traffic controller will actually cover the airspace. So many virtual pilots will join that and will fly. In the first video we actually we went through the ground operations. Okay, so we went through we took the plane, the Boeing 737, from a cold and dark state, okay, cold and dark setup, all the way up to the taxi. Okay, in the second video, this one, okay, we're gonna perform the takeoff. Okay, so we're gonna perform the last part of the taxi, we're gonna perform the takeoff, and then we're gonna climb all the way up to the top of climb. So first of all, if you haven't watched the first part, I strongly recommend to do that because it is paramount in order to understand the flow of the operations, okay? Again, I have to say I was amazed by the level of the air traffic controllers and the pilot and the realism of this simulation, of this event, okay? So in this part, what you're gonna see a takeoff made reality see in a very busy environment. So you're gonna have the chance to see how do we operate when you are not the only one on the airport. Okay, I think we were something like number 9. Okay, and then as the aircraft in front of me took over number 8, number 7, number 6 in sequence. So you will see how the sequences on a busy airport will work, okay? Because you're not gonna only have aircraft taking off, but you're gonna have also aircraft landings, okay? So in a very few seconds, we're gonna jump into the simulator. We're gonna show you how this part of the series went, okay? So what I want to make sure that you understand is that in this video, you're gonna have the chance, first of all, to listen to real virtual air traffic controller. I know real virtual is not really the right combination of words, but they are virtual air traffic controller that I can tell you that they have very good levels. So it's a very good chance for you to listen to ATC and get your head around, okay? If you have any question, leave a comment below and I will help you out, okay? If you don't understand any communication throughout the video, okay? On top of that, after takeoff, I'm gonna make a lot of considerations. Okay, so for example, during the climb out, I will make a consideration on how you can choose the right flight level for your cruise. So we're gonna jump into the aircraft performance, then we're gonna look at the flight plan. There will be a lot of configuration. There will be a lot of considerations. Okay, there will be as well a considerations regarding the pressurization system of the Boeing 737 and so many more. So it is important that you watch until the end of the video because I'm gonna make consideration throughout as the flight progresses, okay? I made the timestamps as well below, so if you want to watch something in particular, you can actually jump to that part on the video, alright? So, if you're new to the channel, I want to give you a very nice welcome and consider subscribe to the channel if you want to learn and improve as a pilot, okay? I've been flying for more than 15 years and 10 years as a Boeing 737 pilot, and for the last 7 years as a captain and line trainer, okay? So I want to help you out to become a better pilot. That's my goal. So if you want to subscribe, consider to do that. And if you want to support the channel, give it a like. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into the simulator and let's enjoy the second part of the IVAO event.
The traffic on final standby.
So I'm gonna start setting up for the departure in there. Just need to set the transponder in a second. Very good. There is the aircraft there on final, as you can see.
Bergamo Tower, is it possible to pick up control Bravo 1? Maybe the 130, yes, no problem for me.
Very good. There we go. So one aircraft is landing there. Nice! It went all the way down to the asphalt. That's great. Okay, so number 4 is still. It's quite busy, eh? But it's nice to see, you know, it's very similar to the real life, eh? The ATC, the guys are doing a very good job, and the pilots as well. It's very realistic, I like it. So now, as you can see there in front, there is the Ryanair that now became number 1, is lining up.
To fly 1313, runway vacated.
To fly 1313, ground 120.05 south.
120.05, to fly 1313. Ciao, grazie.
Ciao, Break, Romeo Alpha 21 Golf, to cross runway 28. Clear to cross runway, Romeo Alpha 21.
Very good. In a second, we're gonna move forward. Here we go. I know we're gonna move forward because the guy's in front of us. Look, he's got some smoke coming out of the wheels. So I know when there is smoke in his wheels, we can actually move forward. Very good.
Romeo Alpha 21 Golf, ground 10.05 again. Ryanair 55 Yankee Lima, clear for takeoff, runway 28, in the 252 degrees forward. 28, just takeoff, Ryanair 55 Yankee Lima. Take your break, Romeo Alpha 21 Golf, ground again.
I give you some small trick, okay? In real life, guys, sometimes when you're moving very slowly, you don't see that you are actually moving. In order to see that you are moving, you should look on the left, because you can see better the movement of the aircraft, okay? Sometimes, especially when you're taxiing very slowly, you're moving, you don't even realize that, okay? So that's always very good. That's very good to have always keep a look on the left side, because you get better the sense of the movement in there, okay?
Bergamo Tower, we are holding for Bravo 1.
But it looks like everybody has this smoke on the wheels. As you can see in front there, Ryanair, it has got as well. I don't know why.
Number 3, for the Ryanair 55 Yankee Lima, Milano will be 126.3.
126.3. 126.3. I'll put it in here already. So it's all about trying to listen to the people, see what they get, and be ahead of the plane, okay? So I know 126.3 might be the next frequency because it's Milan, okay? So I said already frequency in there is less work to do later, okay? It's all about that, really. Trying to be ahead of the plane. No, we are number 3 for departure. I don't know if there is anybody on final. And guys, I don't know Alicante. I haven't checked the charts of Alicante. So once we are in cruise, we just start to check what we should expect in Alicante, okay? What we should fly, okay? Depending, I think there is only a VR approach in Alicante, so we're gonna try to fly that one. If there is, if there is an ELS, we're just gonna fly an ELS. If there is a VOR, we're just gonna fly VOR. Whatever it is, we fly it, okay? I don't want to make it too complicated because my first experience here live with the with virtual air traffic controllers, and I don't know their level, so I don't know if they prefer us to fly an ELS or VR. So I'm just gonna go for the easy solution for all of us, okay?
For Alpha, for holding, correction, for Tango, holding point Alpha runway. Yes, just continue straight.
That's all great, good.
965 for safe, runway 28 to wind town.
Here for takeoff runway 28, Ryanair 9065.
So this Ryanair there just got the clearance for takeoff.
Behind the traffic departing, behind, line up and wait for 28, Volotea 69 Lima, Bravo.
Thank you, break. 1313, go ahead.
There we go. So the guys are going, and now the next guy should be this one for line up and wait, and then we should be number 1 for departure. So guys, as you can see, it is very important to understand, even though they're not talking to you directly, you should have a good situation awareness what is going on around you, okay? So you should listen to the radios and trying to figure it out what is happening around, okay? So you know that if there is something there strange, you know, you should be aware of what the other guys have to do as well, because that's really increase a lot your situational awareness. So now the guys in front of us are going for line up and wait.
Ryanair 65 with Milano 126.3, bye-bye.
126 decimal 3, bye-bye, Ryanair 9065.
So the guys in front of us, they got the 126.3 for Milano frequency, so.
I will read question, half cycle whiskey 1. I'm closing right now. Just continue as necessary, and the next controller just arrived. Stand by.
Very good.
Half cycle whiskey 1. I'm closing right now. Continue
So I guess this guy, if I'm not wrong, got the clearance already to line up and wait. I don't know why he's holding there, but maybe I'm wrong.
Bergamo Tower, if can possible take off behind the traffic on Bravo 1 Ibiza 150?
From the 1 Golf, yes, for me no problem. Tell this also to the next controller. I'm closing. Stand by your aircraft. Volotea 69 Rima.
So let me see if there is any weather around in here. No, the weather is clear, guys, okay? As you can see, the weather is fully clear. So we're gonna take off with terrain, okay? It's better to have the terrain situation. I don't know if there is a traffic on final or what's the problem. There is a traffic that is actually taking off. Look how many people, eh? They're busy, eh? Very nice. Yeah, it was a long taxi, eh? We did the pushback at 45 past, and now it's 11, so we've got already 26-minute taxi. That's for sure not what we've got on our flight plan, because if you come in here documents, our flight plan, the taxi time was, well, 20 minutes, 227 kilograms of fuel, yeah. So it's not bad, but 20 minutes for Bergamo is quite a lot, to be honest. I've never been that busy in Bergamo. I've been flying to Bergamo so many times. So we just need to wait now. Bergamo ground, Papa Lima Charlie 001, radio check.
Papa Charlie Lima 001,
Yes, we are on holding point running to wait, number 2, and the frequency of the tower I think is not working anymore. Can you confirm that?
Stand by 1 moment,
Grazie. Guys, I think we have a big deal here, because menu, if I come in here, doors, my god, I think when I
Papa Lima Charlie 001, contact approach, and now I give you contact linear approach 126.300, bye bye.
126.300. Ciao ciao, Papa Lima Charlie 001.
Good fly 1.
We have a big problem, guys, in here. Every time I call, I open the door. My god, I can't believe that. Let me try, eh? Opening, closing, yeah. My god, okay. Milano, buongiorno, Papa Lima Charlie 001, ready for departure.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, Milano, buon pomeriggio, after departing traffic, and up behind.
Line up behind the departing traffic, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Okay, so we've been cleared to line up behind the departing traffic, so we can actually do something like that now.
Boeing 521, turn right, heading 330, clear the left Zulu.
Okay.
Right 330, clear the left Zulu 36.521.
Stop here for a second, okay? And then I'm gonna go select this to TRA. and we are ready. Okay. Got the clearance for takeoff. Beautiful. So we go.
Good afternoon. Bergamo Station. Maritimo Station.
India Bravo India 150, buon pomeriggio, contact 125875.
We contact 125.875. Maritimo Station.
There-
650 Golf Alpha, identify the line flight level 190. Okay, on level please. 190. Wait, that's the second incline to flight level 190.
There we go. I need to remember to switch on the mic again every time the
Boeing 521. Boeing 521, Roger, position 11 miles, contact Binate, component 1, adopt. 118, Boeing 521, adopt.
because they push to talk, guys. Every time I push the switch to talk to the TC, I actually open the overwing doors. So that's not really ideal during flights. So I have to push, talk to a TC, and then push it again in order to close the doors. Okay, I need to fix that. I'm not gonna do it now because I'm sure I'll make some mistakes.
Bravo, direct Victor Oscar Golf.
Let me do something. Speed restriction to 50 Bravo 100. Yes, that's good.
9 Lima Bravo, direct Victor Oscar Golf.
Flying direct, Victor Oscar Golf. Thank you so much. Volotea 69 Lima Bravo.
Okay.
Piano avvicinamento, buonasera, Ryanair 455, livello di volo 270 per 200. Papa Lima Charlie 001 to 8, clear for takeoff, quick calc.
Clear for takeoff runway 28, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Alright, so clear for takeoff. Great. So let me see. Okay, doors are closed. Clear for takeoff. Let's go.
61, Roger, position 12 miles, Bergamo 125875, bye bye. Milano avvicinamento, buonasera, Ryanair 455, livello di volo 250 per 200. 455, buonasera, sinistra diretto Dixter, perfetti ILS Zulu 36 a Milano. Sinistra diretto Dixter, ILS pista 36, Ryanair 455. Alitalia 3466, direct
V1, rotate.
Direct 6, expect ILS Zulu 2 via 6, Alitalia 3466.
There we go. Gear up.
Volotea 69 Lima Bravo. Can you repeat please the frequency? 135.45. Thank you so much for your console. Volotea 69 Lima Bravo.
Beautiful. Command A. and back up. So autopilot is in, the aircraft is turning, and we can actually start to retract the flaps, okay? So as you can see, this is the minimum speed for flap 1, and we are retracting the flaps to 1.
Down to 6,000, 15H1011, ready 3 for switches. Ryanair 455 scende a livello di volo.
And now flaps up.
Livello di volo 100 Air 455. 455 mi conferma diretto Dix.
So now terrain is not a big deal anymore.
Confermo diretto Dix, lo sto virando adesso, perdonami.
And I switch on the weather radar. Okay, approaching 6,000, vertical speed, 2,000 feet per minute, flaps up and no lights, we can do the aftertake.
Buonasera, identified. Continue via Ordina to Echo, expect LS Zulu, runway 28, descend via start to flight level 90.
Command press is fine. There we go.
Papa Lima Charlie 001, confirm il transponder is on.
Affirm, sir, Papa Lima Charlie 001.
Milano 955 to Falcon is fire. 60 Golf Alpha, contact 135-455. Contact 135-455, thank you. Ciao. Papa Lima Charlie 001, you are now identified at line flight level 190.
Climb flight level 190, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Alright, so 190, we receive the keys to climb flight level 190. Set that, we go into the VNAV, and we need to push as well altitude intervents. Now the problem is that we've got the check target altitude because we've got the target altitude there 6,000 FMC, so we need to cancel that and we keep climb now. Enough, and now it should climb. And now we need to go into the standard pressure reference because we are climbing to flight levels. Very nice. So it looks like the doors are not open. We've got the low pressure there on the center tanks, because as you can see here with the fuel in the center tanks actually now is 0. We wait until we get the master caution to switch it off, okay? So we burn all the way, everything we've got in the tanks in there.
Milano, ciao di nuovo, Boeing 521. Boeing 521, ciao, standard mixed approach 3000. Standard mixed 3000, Boeing 521. All'Italia 3466 via Tixum, clear dial S Zulu 28, report established. Via Tixum, clear dial S Zulu 128, off on final, all'Italia 3466. Ryanair 16 Alpha, after Ogvon, direct Tixum to join LS Zulu 28.
Alright, so I can switch them off, that's it. Beautiful, let's go. Now we're passing. Now we are passing 10,000 feet. The aircraft should accelerate using VNAV. VNAV in there, VNAV speed, and accelerate to the climb speed, okay? Climb speed is going to be 301 at the moment. And we can actually do some checks on the overhead, okay? So we make sure that that's okay. Switch off some lights as well in there. We make sure that our command press is all good. All the switches are in there. The doors are closed, which is great. And we can release the passenger in there. We switch that one in there, and then we can set up 121.5. So as you can see, guys, during climb you're actually quite busy, okay? Because you need to do all the stuff that you need to do in order to operate the plane, and on top of that you need to listen to the radios, okay?
190.
Beautiful. And that's the way, we are on our way to Alicante. Beautiful. Now we're above the MSA, we can actually go, here we go, standard is in there already. 1013, we should go. Ah, okay, because these two are connected. If I move 135455, ciao ciao Papa Lima Charlie 001. 135455. So 135455.
CH1011, 3000 feet per an air 455.
135455. Well, 135450. That's right.
126 155, hello.
Contact Marseille.
135455, yes.
155 arrivederci là-bas.
That's what we've got in there. Very good. Radar, buongiorno. Papa Lima Charlie 001, climbing flight level 1 and 980 inbound Voghera.
Ciao, Papa Lima Charlie 001, identified, climb 350.
Climb flight level 350, Papa Lima Charlie 001. Alright, so it gave us already the clearance to climb flight level 350, which is our final clearance, okay? So 350 is in there, it's set in there, and now what we have to do, we need to make sure that we've got enough space, okay? So we can say that the optimum is 358, and the maximum flight level is 385. So depending on your weight, if you are very heavy, okay, this max is lower, okay? Because if you are heavy, the maximum flight level at which you can climb is going to be lower. But because with this way, the optimum where we actually fly more efficiently is flight level 358, and the maximum is 385 in this case. And we're going to climb according to our flight plan is 350. Where did I see that was according to our flight plan? Is because if you come in here, you come in documents, and you open up the page of the flight plan, you will see that in here the flight plan, let me do a zoom in, the flight plan says the cruise level 350, and that's why I actually set the 350 in there, okay? Cool. So guys, the flight plan, I've done the flight plan using SimBrief, okay? It's a great website. I strongly recommend to go there. And then from SimBrief, you can actually file the flight plan to IVAO directly, okay? So you can actually use your flight plan to do the flight like I've done now.
Croatia 416, monitor Unicron, goodbye.
Roger, thank you, Master 416.
Beautiful. So guys, as you can see, once you are airborne, you know, it's all matter, you know, what you have to do, you only need to make sure that the aircraft is actually flying, you know, that all the parameters are within the limitations, that there is nothing wrong, that you fall in the right route, you're actually crossing at the right altitude. Like for example, in here, you've got this Voghera point in there at 100 above, we are flight level 200, so we are well above that. So you need to make sure and monitor the operations of your aircraft, okay? So even though it looks like you're not busy, you still need to make sure that you are doing all the checks and you're monitoring the aircraft operations basically, okay? It's very important as well, you listen, you continue watching and listen to the radios, okay? In a day like this one where there is nothing really around as a weather, what you want to spot as well is for bad weather, okay? You want to look around, see if the weather is great, if there is any problem around, you know, and then replan as well, okay? So I don't know what's the weather like in Alicante. It should be on the flight plan though. Let me see. Weather list. Here we go. So the weather in Alicante 118 11 knots. A little bit variable between 140 and 210. Cav OK, 16 degrees 1017. The QNH, no, nothing becoming, is all good. Okay, should be running 28. The running news once we get in there. Good. So it's good weather anyway. And Palma Mallorca, which is our alternate, it's oops, I think I did something in there. Maybe it's this one. There we go. So Palma Mallorca, which is our alternate, it's good weather also, okay. 10k or more as a visibility. We've got a few 1800 feet, 14 degrees, 1015. It's all great. So weather is fantastic around.
Milan control, ready to descend. Aviaco 1058 heavy. Aviaco 1058 heavy, descend level 240.
Descending flight level 240, Aviaco 1058 heavy.
Sicilia 095. Volotea 690 Bravo, contact Marseille 126155. Ciao.
So let's check that everything is in place. You know, guys, flying an airline aircraft, okay, you need to make sure, most importantly, once you climb above 10,000 feet, that now and then have a look on the pressurization panel, okay, because you want to make sure the aircraft is actually pressurizing, okay, especially these indications there is very good. The little needle in there, as you can see, says cabin alt, this one. And this is 0 and this is 5. That means that at the moment the cabin altitude is at 5,000 feet because the small needle is indicated 5,000 feet. So your target is to keep the cabin altitude below 10,000 feet, okay? Because below 10,000 feet is breathable, you know, you can breathe the air there. When it's above 10,000 feet, it's not safe. Let me lower the volume here. There we go. So once you are no, now it's a little bit. Alright, so if the cabin altitude is above 10,000 feet, then it's not safe for the people to stay there, okay? Especially for a long time. And since the cabin altitude is the altitude that you feel on board, okay, is 5,000 feet. If you look at the altitude that we are in, is 27,000 feet. So even though the aircraft is actually flying at 27,000 feet, the cabin altitude, the altitude at which you are experiencing, you are in the aircraft, okay, the altitude at which you are inside the plane is 5,000. So as you can see, there is 22,000 feet of difference, okay, and the pressure at 5,000 feet is a lot higher compared to the pressure that is at 27,000 feet. That's for sure, okay. So this difference in pressure is this one. So as you can see, on the outside scale, you've got diff press in PSI. Okay, so when the outside pressure and the inside pressure is the same, you've got 0. When the inside pressure is higher than outside pressure, you have a different pressure. And this is indicated by the big indicator there. Okay, so at the moment we've got 7.2 psi of difference. And the maximum psi difference between the cabin, inside the cabin, outside cabin is 9.1. So you need to make sure that the cabin altitude is below 10,000 feet and the differential pressure between the inside the cabin and outside the cabin, it's actually within the limits, it's below 9.1. Okay? If you see the needle going to the amber area, you should do something. Something that you can do, for example, is to descend, because by descending you're actually decreasing the difference between the outside and the inside pressure, the inside and outside pressure. Okay. Especially when you climb very high, you want to make sure that now and then you check your pressurization system, okay, and your air conditioning as well.
Milano, buonasera, Ryanair 048 passing flight level, correction climbing flight level 110.
Buonasera, Ryanair 0438, radar contact, climb level 190.
Level 190, 048.
Okay, 30,000 feet. Opa, we set the bank angle to 10 degrees. And as you can see, now we've got 30,000 feet, 5,000 feet to go. We've got a bit of tailwind, which is great. Okay, so let me see with how much fuel we're gonna land our destination with. We're gonna land with 4.1. Okay, 4.1 tons is a lot, because our reserve fuel to go to Palma Mallorca is 2.3. Okay, and we're gonna land there with 4.1, so it's quite good. We're doing good, great on fuel. Okay, cool. Beautiful.
Charlie Italia 8728 radar contact, climb level 350.
Level 350, Alicante.
I was wondering how long is the actual route. Let me see.
Expedite descent.
Let me see how long is the actual route in there. So we've got the top of climb is coming. Well, it's quite a long flight, huh? Yeah. Top of climb is here, and then around 300 miles afterwards is still not. We don't have the top of descent, so it's quite a long flight. It's around 2 hours and something this flight. Let's have a look on the flight plan. What's the flight time?
Buonasera, Vista Jet 105 inbound RDEV.
So on the flight plan, we've got, well, 1 hour and 40 minutes. Not too bad.
Flight level 300. Proceed Dixer to Echo arrival. 300 Dixer to Echo, Vista Jet 105. Ryanair 0438, climb level 290. Flight level 290, 0438. Papa Lima Charlie 001, contact Marseille 126155.
126.155, Papa Lima Charlie 001, bye bye. Okay, so 126.155.
Sicilia 01095, increase rate of descent and
there we go.
126.
Radar, good evening, Papa Lima Charlie 001, approaching flight level 350 inbound Jackpot.
Yes, I could be back. Ryanair 88 Golf X-ray on frequency.
We are approaching. We are approaching our cruising altitude, cruising level, really.
135.350, Stock 103, bye-bye. Stock 003. Is there anyone you can accelerate, sir? Or increase your speed?
This is incredible, guys. It's very realistic. It's very real, this simulator. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. So once you get to the top of climb, you want to make sure you do a quick scan to make sure that the overhead is all good. But basically, all of the switches on board, they are actually in the right position. Okay. You want to make sure everything is fine here. Very good.